All right, says we're live. So good evening, everyone. It's January the 26th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Eastern. And I always say that because if you're watching this at a different time, we're not necessarily live. We do allow it to record and play back. So leave your comments. We'll just have to get back to them later. Y'all, pray, fingers crossed, no technical gremlins this week.
Last weekend was a disaster.
It absolutely was. So
Yeah.
internet is awesome. We're on fiber. Just did my speed checks, but last week we had an issue with my laptop, which I've had for a while now. Don't get me wrong. Trying to do multiple updates during the live stream. I did full updates before the live stream. Thought I was in the clear. Typically, you do one Microsoft update and you're good. Well, they kept popping up trying to do live or updates during the live stream, and it kept kicking my internet out. So we kept getting them spinny circles here, the spinny circle of death. And last week's live stream was a disaster as a result. I just logged back in a little while today. Everything looks to be good, although we did just have an issue with our microphones. Her stayed on mute. As soon as we're getting ready to do the live stream,
It's
I'm
okay.
like,
I don't talk much anyway.
I'm like, oh no, your microphone's on mute. And I kept clicking, clicking, clicking. It wouldn't unmute to save my life. I'm like, here we go. It's always something. Now, I will admit, we did go on a many-month stretch where we had zero issues. In the past, it used to be internet dropping out. Then we got good fiber. That wasn't a problem. Now, my laptop, I say it's older. It's a year and a half old, but we just updated to a really nice desktop editing computer. So the laptop's kind of really just for doing this right here, live streaming, and occasionally I'll edit out there in the deer blind, aka my second office. So I pray we have no problems tonight, y'all. If we do, I apologize because I know a lot of people look forward to the live streams. They spend their Sunday afternoons, they plan it out, and then when we have to cut them short, it aggravates us. It really aggravates us. So we apologize for that. But we can't fix the technical gremlins, so to speak.
Oh my gosh, it just started spinning.
Really?
On my phone. It came back. Don't touch the computer.
We're literally on fiber. It doesn't get no better. I literally, what's more important for us is upload speed. Well, I just checked. We're at almost 600 megabits per second, which is just, if y'all have ever checked yours, typically the average home's like 5 to 25. We're at 500. We couldn't get any better internet for upload, but who knows? As long as I don't start seeing pop-ups and updates on my laptop here, we should be good. But I don't know why you're getting spinny circles.
I don't know. The moment that you touched your laptop, it did that. So just be careful with the wires.
Let's don't touch the laptop right here. All right, let's start grabbing some comments in case we get cut off tonight. Okay. Did Tiffany change her hair color again? Looks great, says Miss Lee.
No, ma'am, I have not. It's been many months since I did it, and I'm just not a person that goes and gets my hair done often. So it's still doing good for where it's at. Thank you, Miss Lee.
Let's see here. Chooks, and chooks. Yep, we get that question every week.
Survived the winter storm.
And for people who don't know, that's chickens.
Yeah. They're fine. They did fine. We put them up in the house every night just because they're not acclimated to this cold weather. I get that chickens are, equipped to be in those type of temperatures, but our chickens aren't really acquainted to that, so we would just want to put them up just to make sure they were.
At least that's how Tiffany's mind works. Those little feathered hot things I think were perfectly fine.
Well, why not? It was no trouble just to get them up there real quick, and they did fine.
She's so worried about any animal, and that's good. She's got a big heart.
Oh yeah, any animal.
Yeah. And Robert says, look at that snow back there. Yes, y'all, apologize. Although I did take Lauren, I don't know if Lauren's on it now. I took your advice. I've got a polarizing filter on the camera tonight. It does knock the brightness down some, but y'all, when we built this porch, I had no idea we was going to be doing live streams out here. Well, this is kind of where we've just hung out because we do cooking and everything else. By the way, no cooking tonight. We'll tell you that in a second. I already see people asking. So we didn't pay attention to the fact that we're on a dark porch with a super bright background. So we have to bump the camera ISO and everything else up so you can see our face against a bright background. Well, what that does is it bleaches the background out. We need a dark background is what we really need, but we just don't have that option without bringing a tarp or something out here. And we're just not doing. Live streams are not professional setup for us. It's just hanging out. It is what it is. So that's why it looks like there's a little snow on the ground back there. Let me show y'all. We'll bump it down to where you can't see us.
I was about to say, we had ice a few hours ago still around here.
All right, so take a look at this, y'all. If I give you the true color of the background, look, can't see me. I look like a mime. Yeah, you can't see me at all. So I literally have to wash the background out to get just enough brightness on us. We've tried lights out here, professional studio
have.
lights and everything else.
We've tried just
Uh,
about everything.
it's just a really bad spot. But if I had known we was going to do so many live streams out here, to the left of us, I would have built a bar top out and some seats because there's a dark background of pine trees over there, and it would have worked great. I'm not tearing the kitchen back apart, so don't even bring it up. We're not going to do that right there. It is what it is. Okay, you just said something I was going to talk about, but it is. I can't remember what it
Us
was.
not cooking tonight.
Well, that and there was something else you mentioned, but yeah, Andrew and Sankey says, "What's for dinner, Tiffany?" I'll let Tiffany, drum roll, please answer that.
We have been going nonstop today,
Yeah.
and we cooked a late lunch, so we had leftovers. Otherwise, yeah, that's where we're at tonight.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
We've
lie,
been
y'all.
nonstop today,
I'm probably
catching up with everything.
yeah. I may be a little off on this live stream. I'm mentally burnt out, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I have traveled for a few hours today. We put up a cord of firewood today, and I know Sunday we're not supposed to be working. Somehow our schedule keeps turning into where we just work all through the weekend and we work.
Well, having a couple days off last week with this, the winter stuff, that really kind of put us behind on some things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's been a crazy busy day, literally right up to the live stream started. And when I cancel the live stream, I'm jumping back out. I got a few more projects I want to do before dark, but it has been absolutely nonstop today. And this week is going to be crazy busy for me. I've got so much stuff, which means good. We're going to get you some interesting content out this week, some stuff I've never shown before. Awesome. Some property stuff, but, oh, it is busy. And if I don't stay on top of it, I get behind. It is what it is. Excuses,
But I
right?
did make carne asada tacos for lunch.
She
And that's what
did,
we're having
which
for
we
dinner.
probably should have made them for supper, but we did make them for lunch because we needed something for
Well,
lunch, and
I
they
was
were
supposed to cook
delicious.
that meal days ago, and I've been putting it off, so it needed to be cooked like
Yeah.
ASAP. So,
Hey, things happen.
yeah.
Things happen. All right. So I see tripping. You talked about, I'm pretty sure it was you earlier mentioned. I'm not going all the way back to the top because we've already got so many comments that you just finally had the last of ice and snow melt. And you're in Florida. Same with us. Yeah, we're looking over.
Let me see if we still
Our
got
last
some of
pat,
the ice.
y'all. This is like
Nope, it's melted.
okay,
Yep.
but it's still damp over there. It was there this morning. This is 4 or 5 days after the snow or ice storm in Florida. I can't remember. Let's just say 4 days. I thought the stuff would have melted the same day. No, it literally just got done melting a couple of hours ago. We've had patches of ice and snow in the woods for days. It's been beautiful to look at. Don't get me wrong. Roads have been fine. We've been good.
I think we finally thawed out today.
We finally did because
Yeah.
this is the first time we've been able to sit around and not be in a jacket. I think it's in the 60s.
Yeah, I got my jacket on my lap.
Well, it's in the
in case.
60s right now. It feels awesome. But y'all, it was 22 one morning this week, 22 the next morning, 25. This morning was supposed to be in the 30s. I woke up and it was 28. I mean, we've had so many mornings in the low 20s, wind chills and teens. It has been crazy this week. One day, the day after the snowstorm, it barely got above freezing. I think the high I seen for the day was 35 degrees, but we stayed 32 and lower pretty much the entire day, only when the sun popped out once. This is not Florida weather. Holy smokes. As a result, firewood and everything else, people want fire pits, people want pokers. We've been busy. Like I said, we put up a cord of firewood today, got it stacked in totes ready to go. It's just been nonstop around here since things have
Yeah,
thawed
I'm
out.
ready to be back out in the sunshine. I think we're going to get 75 degrees.
Oh,
this
next
week
week is, and I'm getting ready to get sick. Like everybody's
Yeah.
saying, it's time to get the sniffles and pneumonia and allergies in Florida because we just went through. It's been cold for 2 weeks here, y'all. But next week,
But our cold is different. I know a lot of people here, our temperatures are like, oh, that's not cold. It is a different kind of cold.
we got the humidity.
People from up north and Alaska will even tell you that this cold is so much different from what y'all experience up north. So
Here's what's
how you
crazy.
want.
There was one day I looked and it was, I think, 28 degrees on my machine and the humidity was 80 something, 90%. I'm like, how is this possible? We don't get dry cold, and we definitely don't get dry heat down here. It just chills you to the bones, and we're just not prepared for it. Our faucets have froze up all week, even with protection. We've been heat lamping everything, but luckily no busted pipes yet. Because one night we stayed in the 20s for 12 straight hours, and I'm talking we got down to 22 that night. Thank goodness we're so blessed. No busted pipes, no major lockups, no issues. And somehow we didn't lose power through this snow and ice storm. Whereas I've talked to so many people that had, we were very fortunate. And it's probably because all the hurricanes we had, there's a silver lining in everything. We've had so many wheat trees blown down with the multiple hurricanes last year and the year before. I don't think this ice storm was able to take down as much weak stuff as it could have had, Mother Nature not been pruned. It is what is it. I feel like we're complaining. It is what it is. So Mr. Donald, it shot me all the way to the bottom. I done missed all these comments, but he said something about, I lost your comment. Vivor makes a snow machine. Oh, there it is. Now selling the snow making machine. You interested? Tiffany needs a snowman in the yard. No, we're done. We are done. I'll admit though, it was beautiful. I loved walking
It was
around in
nice
it.
to experience it, but
Yeah,
we're
seeing
over
a
it.
white yard. Yeah, we kind of are. If it did it maybe twice a year here, I'd be happy. Any more than that, I'm like, no, 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 no. We live in the South for a reason. I don't need all this snow. I don't need my road shut down, and I don't need to be able to not travel and things such as that. A couple times a year, I could totally tolerate it. More than that, mm-mm. And I'll finally admit, even though we've had a heck of a winter. It started out super slow, hot, warm. I was thinking no winter. Y'all, the last 2 months, 3 months, yeah, 2.5 months, I've lost count of how many 20-degree days we've had, teams with wind chills, snow, ice. I'm kind of over it. And I think I'm ready to finally wave the white flag and say, I'm ready for spring to get here.
Oh
I
yeah.
love my fires. I love winter. I hate the heat of summer, but I'm kind of ready for spring to get here. Oh, it can come on. All right. Let's see what else we got here. So Cash finally made it. He's not working
Hey,
today.
Kat.
He says no snow there, but cold. He's in the mountains. We just our last snow melted today, and Cash doesn't have any. So yeah, Andrew Sake said temperature's beautiful today. It's our first warm day. Y'all, yesterday was still freezing cold. We went to a friend's cookout that invited us over the last minute. We wore jackets and some other stuff, and we didn't bundle up quick enough. It dropped so quick last night.
It did.
We thought it was going to be warm yesterday. Oh no, we got caught off guard. We froze, absolutely froze. And it was 28 again this morning, but now we're done. Now it's literally going to be 60s and 70s next week. We can't figure this out for nothing. Oh my goodness. 20s all week long this week, low 20s, and then 70s next week. This is the kind of weather that makes you sick. It literally
Mhm.
does. It get you allergies and everything else going. All right. So it's Adam's fault. It says Cash. You can see how far behind I am, y'all. I'm gonna have to start scrolling now. Probably you meant for the live stream last week. We'll totally blame him on that. He's always
Oh yeah.
he's our
Gotta
technical
blame
guy.
Adam.
He says, last week wasn't my fault, says Adam, and shout out to Papa Glenn. Papa Glenn, your grandpa? Is that what that means? Or have
Yes.
you been a grandpa or did you just make a
Yeah,
grandpa?
he announced that last weekend, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
Well, congratulations. Well, last weekend was a cluster with
It was either last weekend or the weekend
our
before. I
technical
can't
problems.
quite remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Cash, thank you so much, buddy. Just gifted out some memberships here. Speaking of memberships, we're rolling up toward the end of the month. We
Yes,
typically do a
yeah.
membership live stream.
Mhm.
It's going to be this Thursday. It's about the only day I can think that we can fit it in. It's a wild week. So Thursday afternoon, what you want to do? What, 6 again or what time?
I mean, you mentioned
I,
that last time you didn't really like the 6 because people were probably getting off of work,
you
and
want
I
to do
mean, we're
7?
probably gonna do it inside anyways because it's dark at that time, so
Yeah.
whatever, if you wanna do 7, that's
Let's do
fine.
7. That way,
Okay.
those of you on different time zones are
Yeah.
getting home better or getting more relaxed. So this Thursday, we'll do our monthly members only live stream at 7. So be ready for that. I know it's the middle of the week. I know it doesn't work out great for everybody, but it's so difficult. We do a live stream every weekend. It's hard to find another day to do an extra one for the month. But Cash, thank you so much for gifting those out.
Yes, thank you,
We're
Cash.
going to do some members updates this week. Y'all, well, like we've always said, our memberships or our members do this extra for us. We appreciate y'all so much. Content will always be free. We don't do nothing, or we don't try to force people to do memberships or anything like
Right.
that. We never even bring it up in videos or anything. Content's always free, but we will do some sneak peeks this week. We're doing some river property work and other things like that. So we'll do little shorts, behind the scenes look, pictures, and we'll do our live stream, extra live stream this week. Yeah. So, Miss Lee, I see where you're at. Finally asking what the temperature is. I think we've answered that. We're finally in t-shirts. This is my
Yeah,
first
earlier when I
afternoon.
checked, it was 65. It's
It
probably
feels,
going down now.
I know, but it feels
Yeah,
amazing. When
it's amazing.
you've had all these days in the 20s and 30s, this feels like amazing. It feels so good.
Right now it says it's 64. So
All right. That feels about right. It feels perfect. Love. I wish it would stay this temperature year round just about. So part of what we did today is we finally got all the pool. I had to do something I've never done before. We had to drain the pool down a lot, drain the pumps, everything, because we had such freezing weather this week. I knew everything was going to freeze up and bust on me. So we're back there filling the pool right now, reconnecting all the plumbing, pulling everything off today. We finally pulled frost blankets off today. We've had those on for 5 days straight. We've stuck our citrus under the barn on pallets. So that's what we've been doing today, just kind of
and all the
de-winterizing.
firewood. Yeah.
Yep. So
It's been a busy day.
it has been. Now that I'm thinking about it, it absolutely has been. Adam, thank you so much, buddy. He says
Thank you,
diesel
Adam.
fun. Boy,
Yes,
we've been
thank
burning that
you.
and that off-road non-ethanol gas. We've been burning it through all the equipment here lately. Thank you so much, buddy. So old school says, tuning late. Did y'all have any busted plumbing? They're up. We just answered that. One of my faucets busted, but replaced it. So I tried something different for this storm and crazy cold week. If I'd have known it was going to get so many days in the low 20s and teens with the wind chill, I probably wouldn't have experimented this week. But all of our faucets around the house, normally I'll drip them. But when it gets this cold, a lot of times they'll freeze up even dripping.
I think it would have for sure.
Well, they still kind of froze up. So I bought those insulated socks and put on there with faucet socks. I think they're called. Put them on there. There's a couple mornings I pulled them off and tried to open the faucet, froze up, no water, but nothing split. So I'm 50-50 on if the faucet socks are a good choice or not. Obviously nothing busted, but they'd still allowed the faucet to freeze solid. So we were borderline close to busting stuff. But I've went around
So
today.
they don't make that heated wire stuff for.
They do, but you got to have an outlet at every faucet. I can't do that way out in the yard. Yep.
Okay.
So all our plumbing coming in the house, I took y'all's advice last year and did the heat strip tape around it. I run a heat lamp on it, and I wrapped our pump that I still haven't built a pump house for, shame on me, with a tarp and a couple of heat lamps. However, I plugged the heat lamps in last night, and the cold tarp was touching one of the lamps, and all I heard was glass explode and shatter because the heat lamp couldn't handle the cold that was laid against it. So one of my heat lamps shattered last night, one's still going, but it wasn't supposed to get that cold. And I wake up in the morning, here we are in the 20s again. I'm like, oh, goodness gracious. Nothing's busted. Thank goodness. And we're on such a warm up spell now. We don't have to worry about it probably till the next storm. It'll dip again. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's go on down here. So we got some snow here all the way in White Springs. Really? But Jennings got more. Yep, Jennings definitely north of you.
I heard as far east that I heard was Live Oak, so that's a little bit. Wait, is White Springs north of Live Oak, right?
Yeah, it's kind of northeast.
Yeah,
but it is a little more north, so that makes sense.
A little bit further that way. Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know it made it that far over here. What people don't know too is the night before the snowstorm, when nobody was expecting it, it started snow flurrying and snowing a little around here because our Facebook started blowing up with people showing it. Now it was just literally snow flurries, but we technically had snow 2 nights in a row.
Yep.
We didn't catch it that night.
Caught us off guard. I think we went to bed about 3 hours before that. So
yeah, because it snowed
about 2 hours before that.
Snowed like 1, 2 a.m. No, thank you.
What I saw is it started at 12.
We was up to 11 that night.
Yeah, but we were in bed by like 11:30. Yeah.
Well, then that ain't 2 to 3 hours before. We'll fight about this later.
A couple
hours. Let's see what else we got going on here. So Mr. Gray's on all the way from Southern Ontario. I'm sure you're dealing with plenty of white stuff up there, aren't you? Oh, congratulations on the resignation. We'll leave it there. We don't get political on the channel, but I hope you enjoy the resignation up there in Canada, eh? You know, I'll explain it to you after the live stream. He's probably clapping and going, yes, yes, yes. Kathy, no food? No food.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're just going to yak and talk with you all tonight. We cut y'all short. We did. And we cut you short last week due to the technical problems.
Next weekend. Yeah.
I think so. It's supposed to be beautiful next weekend, like awesome weather.
Next weekend for sure.
So you guys are about being prepared or prepped, says Jonathan. Have you considered ham radio with you and your parents so you can communicate when power poles and stuff are down? So Jonathan, ham is probably the last thing for me to venture into. I've had a ton of viewers reach out and offer to guide me through it. Same viewers that's got me in a GMRS, which I have now. That's what I really need to get mom and dad into, is some GMRS, because 35 bucks, you get your license for the whole family. There's repeaters around here, works very, very well. That's assuming the repeater towers are backed up with generators and all that good stuff as well. Probably the same thing for ham, I'm assuming. I really don't know. Ham's quite a bit more involved. My plate stays so full. I don't think it's going to be on my plate anytime soon. So we've got CB, because there's still old timers that run it around here. We got it in our vehicles. I keep wanting to put a CB tower up at the shop. Mr. Jimmy hooked me up with some awesome stuff to do that. A powerful CB. I just need to put a tower up. We've got the GMRS. We keep one out in the storm shelter so we can communicate. We keep another one around the house. So we're slowly working that way should things, get really bad, and they can with all the hurricanes and snowstorms and everything else that we're somehow getting down here in Florida. Ham, not on my radar immediately. Just plate's too full, to be honest with you, but it's something I should consider down the road. So Shirley said, appreciate y'all's YouTube. Shirley, we appreciate you. Thank you. If it wasn't for people like you watching and supporting us, we wouldn't be able to do this. And we do not take it for granted. We say it often because we mean it. So have you sold a lot of firewood? Yeah. So to be honest with you, I have actually cut people off for bulk orders.
Yeah.
Because I really don't even have enough left. Well, okay. If we were to keep getting these cold snaps like we have. So last month we had a 9-day stretch. I don't ever remember a 9-day stretch where we stayed below freezing every single morning for 9 days straight. That gets everybody lighting up house stoves and fireplaces around here. This week we had 5 days in the mid to low 20s. That's a long stretch for Florida. Not to mention all the other countless 20 and 30-degree days. Winter showed up late, but it showed up, and I have been bought out. So what I didn't expect this year was a lot of people kept getting my number through friends and family and people locally, and they'd contact me, hey, I'm needing a truckload, or I'm needing a full cord, or I'm needing this. Well, we heat our house with the wood stove or this, that, and other. I'm like, ooh, I split a decent amount of wood this year, but it was to do bundles and, occasional truckload and this, that, and the other. So people have been buying so much bulk, it cleaned me out quicker than expected.
Yeah. So it's going to grow each year, probably.
It's going to have to grow. So I'm already splitting next year's firewood. You're actually about to see a video. Like, you've seen one today, and you're gonna see more. And I've split a lot off camera too, because I don't want to burn y'all out with the same old videos every single week. But we're gonna have to get a lot more aggressive for next year. I've kept enough stashed to the side for us to go stash our river property, because we burn a lot down there. We host friends and have cookouts. I've kept enough aside that we can keep burning here, because we'll burn till April, honestly, here. That's our TV. We burn almost every single night. We'll probably have a fire tonight once we get done doing some chores. And then I've tried to keep enough really good dry oak and stuff and cherry aside for the bundles for the stand, because the last thing I'd much rather tell these people that's contacting me for bulk, sorry, I don't have any more, because I didn't advertise it, instead of letting my stand run out, because I'm starting to see a lot of repeat customers coming to the firewood stand, people that are expecting the firewood to be there, and I want it to be there for them. The last thing you want is your firewood stand to run out when somebody comes down there one cold morning, hey, we need a fire going and to get the house heated up, and oh, he's out.
Expect us to
he's
have
out.
that, yeah.
And then I got a note up there, sold out for the winter. I don't want to do that. So I've pretty much
been pretty consistent here lately.
It has been. It's been picking up.
Yeah, so that's nice to see.
Yeah, and I expect to do much better next year, because now everybody's going to drive by. They're figuring out it's there. People already. I'm starting to see routine customers, and then they'll drive by all summer and see it. We'll leave it out there. Occasionally somebody might buy some, probably not, but maybe. But it's in their mind. And then come next winter, first cold snap, they already know where to come find this stuff. And we're going to do another firewood stand at our river property, which has a bunch of hunting camps on that road. Well, hunting camps has always been my main customers, hunting and fishing camps. That's where people really want to burn it up. Stand around a fire come hunting season, telling their lies and stories for the day, their fishing stories, their hunting lies. This buck was this big, but he was that big. Everybody stands around a fire and does that stuff. So that's how we expect next year to go. Now, with that said, I'm keeping in mind that firewood's not what I want to do for a living. I like to do social media. We want to build a house this year. We want to develop things. We got bigger ambitions and plans than firewood, but it will always be a part of our lifestyle and ultimately a part of the channel. Because if there's one thing y'all haven't noticed, I love equipment. we're going to show equipment.
Mm.
I'm like obsessed with equipment because it makes our life easier and allows us to do these fun things that we do and earn money and everything else. Uh-oh, I got a pop-up.
I know, I saw that. I was like,
Oh no.
ugh.
Now it's not an update, but I've got a cleaner, like a spyware cleaner. It's asking me, you want to do something? I'm telling it no. It better not kick my internet out. I got too much junk on this computer. You put things on here that's supposed to help you, and then sometimes they hurt you, if you know what I mean. So that was 15 minutes of firewood talk. Let's go on to another question. Okay. Jack says, thank you for your inspiration on the outdoor kitchen. Just started mine. Would love to share pictures as we go. Jack,
Yeah.
email is down in any video or live stream description. Send that. Y'all, I'm probably about 4 days behind realistically on emails.
I'd
And
love to see it.
yeah, but we absolutely do check our emails. We go through them. Bear with us. It might not be exactly next day. We check our Facebook messages. We check all of our YouTube comments. We go through every bit of this. But as the channel grows and you get more and more, I mean, there's literally days with hundreds, or if their video goes viral, there could be 1,000 comments and things in a
Mhm.
day. So it does take us a little while to get through some of that stuff. But absolutely, if you want to share pictures, we love looking at them. I wish YouTube would come up with a feature to where you could share a picture and all, but
Mhm.
I understand why they don't do that.
Yeah.
There would be bad things shared. And
Right.
there's just bad people out there that would do stuff, and you really probably can't do that on a live stream and other things. But
Mhm.
our emails down there, share it with us. We'll absolutely check it out. We love getting comments and seeing things like that. So, dirt racing just jumped on. Hello from Virginia. Love that state. Absolutely gorgeous. At one point in time, thought I wanted to live there, or Kentucky, or Tennessee. I bet you had some white stuff up there as well. Andrew, you need an assistant. Too bad I wasn't closer, says Cash.
Yeah,
Well, I have an assistant, but he means firewood
he
assistant.
does.
So he got on to me today for about this firewood out there that's rotting away on us. Yeah, if y'all seen that video today, I learned my lesson. We can't stack wood like I thought here in Florida. Oh, it's rotting on me, and I'm trying to salvage the good heart sections out for premium stuff, and the outside rotten stuff, partially rotten stuff, we're just gonna torch in our fire pit and burn up, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
And y'all, yeah, I still haven't showed y'all our woods from Adelia, which is about a year and a half ago, Hurricane Adelia. And then we got hit with another hurricane.
Mhm.
Then we got hit with a tornado outbreak. Then we got hit
So it's all rotting
with
out there.
Helene.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it's blown over, but still propped up, so it's good wood. And some of it still has enough roots in the ground that there's still some green in the tree, which is great. It's actually maintaining
Keeping
my
it alive.
firewood.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in my woods in a year and a half, which breaks my heart. Y'all know how much time, effort I put into all the trails out there to where I could walk and go with Ruger and go do some hunting or just go out there and salvage some firewood and just enjoy our land. I literally haven't drove on our trails in a year and a half
Yeah.
because they are just blocked like this. I haven't shown that. I got semi upon semi loads of trees down out there. Most of them will rot. Most of them will never get to. But my plan is before it warms up to go out there and at least just blaze my trails back out, which is going to provide a tremendous amount of firewood. We're going to have to stack those up. But I've learned my lesson. We'll try to split them within a few months as I work through some of this other stuff. So all that along with who just asked this question right here. Larry, any update? Oh, on the well at the cabin land.
Uh,
All that work along with everything that's going to start over at the river property. So Larry, here's the thing. My water sample test requires that water stays 68 degrees or above for accurate testing. I think mainly for the bacteria testing.
mhm.
Not 100% sure though. Well, last week, I mean, we had days to where our high one day, I got up to 35 degrees. So we've had so many cold days here, which is so unusual for us. I haven't had the proper temperature to fire the well back up. It's completely broke apart and drained, by the way, because I didn't want the pipes to bust over there. So we'll put all that back together this week. It's going to warm up enough this week that we can pull the samples, stay the 68 or above, because the samples have to stay 68 or above for 48 hours, if I'm not mistaken, for the bacteria test. And then we'll start getting all those results. But everything's been broke down and shut down over there just because of this crazy cold spell that we have. We're very nervous and excited to get those water sample
Yeah.
tests in because I really want to start
We should
using
be able to
that.
do that this week,
We
right?
should.
Yeah.
It's going to be warm enough this week. We will pull samples this week. Hopefully by the end of this week, we've got all results from, I mean, there's like 20, oh my goodness, yeah, 22 or something parameters that's going to be checked from bacteria to hardness to pH to iron to calcium to all that stuff. So we're very excited about the results, but that is coming. So what do we think about the roller coaster weather? This week's been the 60s in Bama. You just heard it. I'm getting ready to get sick and allergies and everything else. We go from 20s all week to gonna be in the 70s next week. I just welcome to Florida. I don't know how to handle it anymore. I don't know what to think about this weather anymore. Multiple major hurricanes this year, crazy tornadoes,
Wild
and then snow.
year.
Florida,
Yeah.
Florida's living up to its wild and crazy reputation, not only for the people, but now for the weather. Okay, any suggestions on good work gloves? I seem to go through the ones I have fairly quickly. Got the mechanics gloves, first time to see how they are. Whitetail Dave, my favorite gloves on the planet are Tillman gloves. Those yellow and white leather ones that you see. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to go through them just as quick as your other ones. They're leather gloves, and if you get them wet, the yellow up top actually will stain your hands a little, but it's the most ambidextrous, soft leather glove I've ever used in my life. I use them for welding. I use them for working. Every vehicle I have, I've got them stuck in the door, and I buy them by the case off of Amazon. And I'm not a big guy, but I buy the Tillman XLs. But yellow top, white bottom, short cuff. I don't get the long, TIG welding type glove. Unbelievably comfortable. Can't recommend them enough. As long as you're okay. If you sweat bad, your hands get a little yellow, it washes off. And because it's such soft leather, eventually you do wear through them if you do a lot of abrasive work, but they're so comfortable. I keep ordering the
You
things.
sound like a salesman for them.
I wish they'd sponsor me and I buy them full price. I wish Tillman, hey Tillman, if you never watched this live stream, I love your gloves. I do love your gloves. Let me bump this camera up because I'm losing y'all here. It's getting dark, getting dark. Mr. Roberts says, I hate about your log pile. I never would have thought that would have happened. I didn't either because I know quite a few people that stack logs and get away with it, but they're not in Florida. I think I've learned my lesson. Too much rain, too much leaf matter, too much buildup, too much humidity. So we won't do that again. So Big Wave said the snow and ice totally missed us here in Brantford. It was cold though. Yep, it kind of shut off around Mayo, which is in between. Well, it's closer to y'all than it is us, but that's my old stomping grounds. My parents still live there, and they said they got a little bit of sleet. That's kind of sounds like where it cut off right there. Actually, I think it might have skipped over y'all though. I thought there was some sleet in Lake City.
So, the night before, I saw reports of people getting snow in Fort White, but that was at what 1 a.m.
Yeah, and I bet it was melted before anybody ever woke up. So
Yeah.
you may have got something, you just didn't see it.
Yeah.
The stock in flip-flops must have gone down 990% the last week there, says Chris. No flip-flops sold in Florida the last week, I can promise you that. Not unless they make snow
Oh, I
flip-flops.
laughed today. They posted a video on Facebook of you building something in your flip-flops.
Oh, yes. So I've got a Facebook company I've hired out, y'all, that does all our Facebook content. I know some of y'all watch it. They do the little short 3-minute videos of all the big stuff I post on YouTube because Facebook's toxic and I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. So I hired a company to do all my editing for me. But yeah, it was an old Garden Gate video.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. All the old videos to where I used to work in basketball shorts and flip-flops. I mean, almost
Didn't care.
every video I'd farm in flip-flops. I'd be cutting stuff off, nailing, doing concrete in flip-flops. I used to get crucified
And
by
I tried to
people.
tell him, he's like, I don't care.
I didn't care. It's so hot in Florida. But I finally got away from my flip-flops because I got sick and tired of the comments. But they still keep posting older videos, and I cringe when I see them. I'm like, can't wait to see the comments on this one tomorrow.
That's what you get.
So JMJ will turn off updates work. Possibly. I need to do that. Here's the thing. Last weekend was the first weekend I had an issue with updates kicking me out. Typically it was internet dropping out in the past or memory on my laptop because this laptop was full of stuff from editing and work in the past. I shouldn't have relied on a laptop for all the editing that I do, but I've cleared a lot of stuff out on the computer. It's just always some new gremlin. It's never the same thing, it seems like, but so goes life, right? Did I ever get a pool table? Asked Bill. Yes, Bill. Speaking of that, and I lost your comment. It shot me at the bottom again. Yeah, we finally got a pool table / dining room table / ping pong table. We bought one of them multi tables. What, a
It's
year?
like a conversion table.
Yeah, like a year ago. I've shot pool on about 4 times. I forget that I even have the thing. It's just a dinner table now. Yeah, I'll be honest with y'all. We are not kidding when we say we rarely watch TV. I don't even stay inside and shoot pool, and I love shooting pool. We are on this porch every single night. We're by the
The
fire
house
pit.
is for showers and sleeping.
That's exactly what it's for, or bad weather.
Right.
Or bad weather. We are outside every day, all day long, and we're outside all night long if the weather's good. Like seriously. So yeah, we finally got a it's a cheap, tiny pool table because it's built into your dinner table. So it's nothing fun to shoot on, but I still love shooting pool and billiards. But nope, haven't used it in forever because I don't believe in being inside. Y'all, I lost. It shot me to the bottom. I'm like 100 comments behind. I've scrolled back up into a random spot. I'm just going to start cherry picking. If I've skipped over your comment, I am sorry. You can ask it again. I may skip over it again. There's so many comments.
Just keep asking.
Yeah. So what did Bullet think of the snow? Was that his first experience
You
with
know what?
snow?
He surprised me. I thought he would not even come off the porch, but he actually that one morning he walked all the way around on it.
Bullet's got tough pads and
He
paws.
does. Yeah.
Ruger is sensitive. Ruger can't stand the rocks, which we have everywhere now. Bullet walks all around on it, no big deal. But Bullet is a weenie for cold.
Yeah.
But I think you had him in his full insulated
Oh
jacket
yeah,
that
he was
day.
bundled up, but yeah, he kind of surprised me, but he wasn't going to stay out very long. So,
He did good. But yeah, like you said, Julie, Ruger loved the snow.
oh yeah.
Absolutely. He went in every time I'd open the door that day to go back out. I'd try to come in and warm up. He's right back there with me, chewing ice, playing in it, running around. He didn't
Yeah.
know how to walk on the ice. I mean, he's slipping and he's kind of prancing, but
It was really cute to see because you could tell like he was like, this is something different. 'Cause he
yeah,
was trying to bite everything,
yeah, he
eat
was. Yeah, he had a
everything.
blast. I think he would love the snow every day. Y'all, the pool. So keep in mind, I'm filling the pool today. I took him for a run. He has to run every afternoon. That's his routine. He begs for it. He got in the pool today. It's been in the 20s, low 20s every day this week, and the pool is full of ice and snow for a couple of days. I don't know what the temperature is in the pool. I bet the water is not above 40 degrees. If I had to guess, I need to check it. He literally got in the pool today, just a little while
Yeah.
ago, right before the live stream. I'm like, oh my goodness, this dog. He just has, that's what they're bred for. They love it. So Tripping says this winter's been like the early 80s, 81 to 83, very cold along the Gulf Coast. I hate to admit this, Tripping. I wasn't born then. 84, baby, right here. 84, baby. But I remember 89. That was the best snow I can ever remember. I thought we was going to break it right here in our area. Nope, 89 snow is better. But as soon as you go 30 to 40 miles that way west of us, oh, all records were broken, including 89. They absolutely destroyed it. But it was still awesome seeing the yard all nice and white and everything else. I'm the youngest looking, oldest feeling 56-year-old man you'll ever meet. Cash. Oh, he's talking to Cash. I was like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about, Glenn? Oh, you're having a private conversation with Cash. I'm like, I don't know how to answer this one. So is all my plumbing PEX? None of my plumbing is PEX. It's all PVC and all the dreaded CPVC. Oh, boy, the bad rap that stuff gets. Yeah, both my homes have been CPVC, and I've never once, knock on, I need some wood, never once in my life had a CPVC failure. And our last house, when we sold it, was 40 some odd years old. 50 years old, something like that. And
Mhm.
the copper and other plumbing was failing before the CPVC ever did. It just amazes me how many people down that stuff. Now, I know why you're probably asking, are we PEX? Because PEX can actually allow some expansion and contraction and not bust during cold times like this. I have run PEX in my walls of this house in case we ever have failure. I've got CPVC and PVC under slab. Well, y'all know me, I overdo everything. So if we ever have any under slab plumbing failures, which is rare, they do happen, but they're rare. I went ahead and run PEX in all the walls behind every
I
from the
didn't know that.
yep, from the you know me. I got backups for my backup. I got backup plumbing in this house. I got it all in the attic. I've got it run to ice makers, every faucet, every toilet,
Oh my
everything.
gosh.
So if we ever had under slab or under slab failure and they're saying you got to tear your floor up and we're going to jackhammer the floor, nope. I'm just going to run a header into the wall, tie in. I got my tie-in points, and we're going to tie it all together in the roof. I'll just cut through the sheetrock behind everything, which you'll never see. It's in cabinets, and I'll just convert everything to PEX. So we
I did not know you
yep,
did
we
that.
got backup plumbing in this house. Absolutely. I overdo everything. It literally cost me, it was, I forget what it was. I did an episode on it, $200-300 to do
Oh, you even did an episode? So
yeah, I did. She doesn't watch our episodes.
I do now.
It was like $200-300 to do entire backup plumbing in this house, which I did. I don't know. I overdo everything. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. Cash says, can't stay long working out here. Got to make that money. That was probably about an hour ago when you
Yes, it
posted
was,
that. So
yeah.
go get that money, Cash. Go get it. Living in that expensive California state with your $7 a gallon gas. No wonder you got 3 jobs, man. I feel bad for you, buddy. I keep telling him, move to Florida. Before everybody jumps on me, I know Florida's full. We don't need nobody else in Florida, but Cash is allowed. We'll give Cash a pass. Hey. So Jeffrey says the freeze miser for your faucets. I have been considering trying those. I'm curious about them. I hope they work as well as they claim. I like the idea of something that just threads right on instead of doing like frost proof faucets. I think they're called where you got to dig the ground up, run them all the way underground, put rock in the ground. Those are expensive. I can't do that to every outside faucet, but the freeze misers is probably exactly what I should try. We may do that now that our winters are getting crazier and crazier. It seems like. Yep. See, everybody keeps saying freeze misers. We'll definitely try
See,
that.
my phone's doing an update now.
Your phone's doing an update?
Yeah.
Boy, us with these updates. Well, we're still hanging in there. We've at least got 40 minutes with everybody. At least my laptop's not doing an update. Now your phone is. I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm kind of wishing I had a jacket. It's
Do
dropping
you want me to
fast.
grab your jacket?
No, I'll make it. I'm tough.
Okay.
I'm tough. I
Okay.
gotta bump this camera up though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it went from nice and warm to now it's starting to drop. Okay. I'm reading. Glenn says the main thing I liked about the snow was the quiet that came with it. The dead silent after the idiots either. Oh gosh, Glenn. So Glenn, I will say when I come outside the next day for a while and I didn't hear a single vehicle on the road. It was quiet.
Yeah.
No animals, no nothing, no highway traffic, quiet. Now by that afternoon, our roads were melted enough people traveling on it, even though there was still ice and snow everywhere. The roads are black, they get
We're pretty
hot.
quiet over here.
Yeah, we are pretty quiet, but that's when I might have heard 2 vehicles the whole day. It was peaceful, beautiful, white, quiet. I totally understand what you're saying. So, okay, so Humble Redneck said my first year using those freeze misers here in Texas worked great. All right, well, y'all get colder than us, so if they work, I really should look into those. Tripping says stick with GMRS over ham because licensing is much easier. Oh yeah, it doesn't get any easier than the licensing for the GMRS. Fill out a few forms, covers me and her both, $35, and you're good to go. So Mr. Mike says, where's Crystal? Oh, I see she answered you. See how far behind I am? Crystal is here. She caught you immediately. All right, another. Oh my goodness, there's like 15 votes for the freeze misers. I guess we'll order some. But problem is I have about 30 faucets in the yard, so we'll see how much this is going to add up to. So Larry says, I keep seeing the advertising for the small walkie-talkie that claims unlimited range. I know the one you're talking about too. I don't know if that thing uses satellite, GMRS, what the heck it uses, but they're the ones that were like, hey, we're in Michigan, and they'll claim their guy flew to Miami and talking to them. It's got to use some of these long range repeaters or something. I don't say you can have anything that long without a license unless it's satellite based, and then you're probably going to pay a heck of a fee for that stuff. Okay. I'm reading. So Chris says we burned 5 cords at our camp in 6 months. Chris, you're up in New York State, right? Well, I hate to admit we burn more than you here in Florida. We really do. Ours is for enjoyment though, not so much for heat. I bet Tiffany and I, especially now with both properties, we probably burn 6 to 7 cords a year now. We started out burning about 4 cords a year, then moved into 5 cord. We burn a tremendous amount of wood, but y'all see the size of my fire pits, and we're also cooking with it, doing everything else. We're probably eventually, with all the cooking and stuff that I keep building, I bet we'll get to 8 cords a year easy here before long, which blows people's mind in Florida. But again, that's our TV.
We're okay with it.
Yeah, when it's 30, 40 degrees outside, I'm not putting 3 to 4 pieces in a wood stove. I'm putting 15, 20 pieces in a fire pit to get a big enough fire that it's actually warming you up. But we go through firewood like crazy here, which I guess is good because Mother Nature keeps putting it down for us.
Yeah.
Oh God, we get a break this year with these hurricanes. So Crystal says, see, we're up to 176,000. That's awesome. Please tell your friends, family to subscribe. They won't be sorry. Thank you, Crystal. Our cheerleaders, we always say. Yes, y'all, we are super blessed and thankful. We've been seeing steady growth. Actually, our views and subscribers have went up a lot this month. And our other social media platforms, we're over 500,000 people. I can't believe that follow us between just Facebook and YouTube alone. That's pretty awesome. So we love.
I guess we need to start thinking about what we're gonna do when we hit 200 here.
Yeah,
do something special.
I think 250 would be a solid
250?
number. Yeah, you do 100, then you do 250,000, then you do 500,000, and then you do 1 million. And we've already picked the 1 million. So y'all got to get us to the million. Mr. Jimmy said he's going to do the billboards and get us there, but I don't think he ever did them. Oh, great, Chris. So with all the time in the house, how much Tiffany's sewing room got done? We ain't spent as much time in this house as you thought, even though it's been freezing cold. We've been busy. So I've got about this much done, Chris. About that much done right there. I'm reading. So Bob Casey says, I enjoy the DIY fab projects. You're good at metal fabrication. Love it too. Good, because I've been trying to put a lot of that in the channel here lately. That works really, really well on our Facebook channel.
We are loving that smudge pot.
Oh my goodness. Gosh. Yeah, Miss Lady who says, I don't want it because they stink and this, that, and the other.
When you burn certain
things, but I also designed it correctly too.
Which you haven't
really high
tried it yet with the other ingredients. I don't know if you want me to say it or not.
No, but I got those other ingredients in there right now, so let's try it tonight.
Oh, great.
All right. Y'all, that smudge pot turned out as just something I've always wanted to build and wanted to what we're around more than our fire pit. Like it heats you from your boots, from your toes to your face. Nice. It is so the heat that
the other night
is also
we had
amazing.
A couple people over, and I thought it was funny because we had the fire going in the fire pit and we had that going, and the majority of the time everybody was like by that. I'm like, yeah, it's warming you from top to bottom.
Absolutely, and I love that about it. So which videos do better, the DIY metal DIY videos or the firewood videos? For certain the DIY build type videos do better. Here's what's crazy though. On Facebook, my two most popular types of content are one, welding and DIY, without a doubt, just explosive, and firewood videos. Whereas on YouTube, our firewood content doesn't do very well at all, even though it's been around forever. Our channel kind of originally started on a lot of that. It does good, don't get me wrong. There's people that do expect and want to see that. It's a huge part of our life. You can see all the things that we build for firewood and how it's part of our income and everything else. But on both channels, it's definitely the DIY content. But Facebook, firewood videos do extremely well. I mean, I don't know why. It's so weird how two social media platforms you think they'd be similar are not. Firewood content, just mediocre here on YouTube and just exploding on Facebook. I can't explain it. So that's why you see that I do make decent amount of firewood content because we got other platforms in mind as well that we're going to put it on. Although we haven't really done a whole lot of firewood content, but we're definitely going to be including some more in that because it's now a part of our income as we're going to start selling it multiple types of way. We do it for cooking and everything else. So it's definitely something that's always going to be around. No doubt about that. I think I'm all the way to the bottom, even though I know it must have shot me to the bottom. So here we are. We may jump back up and catch some, but y'all are asking quite a bit of questions tonight. Okay, so when ordering from Amazon, oh, that's not a question. That's Crystal. That's Crystal being our cheerleader again. Please consider using their link below. It doesn't cost you anymore.
Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal, thank you so much. So y'all, thank y'all so much. We never bring it up. We never talk about it in content. We never even bring it up on the lives. So y'all do. But a huge part of our income and our lifestyle is affiliate sales from all these different companies, but Amazon's probably one of our biggest ones. So for everybody that buys everything from toilet paper to dog food to whatever you buy using our Amazon link, it absolutely does help us out. Thank y'all so much for that. And Crystal often brings that up. We appreciate you so much for bringing that up. I see Miss Lee's bringing it up, all that. So I'll throw it down there. We always save that link for the live streams every week if y'all bring it up. So if you're ordering anything, use that link, use the search bar. It does help us.
See what you buy or who it comes from.
We can't see who did what, any of that. So when when Chris orders his kinky stuff on there, we can't tell that it's Chris, but we got a good idea that it's Chris. I gotta throw Chris under the bus. We have no idea what you're ordering, by the way.
People not
I know
order
people be nervous.
We do not see.
That is all private via Amazon. We can't. Oh, we honestly can't see none of that
Just
stuff.
Trying to find a way to pick on Chris.
I do got to pick on Chris. He picks on me every week, so we got to do that. But y'all, we appreciate y'all so much. That's been a huge part of our income this past year. Like literally all of our. I tell y'all this, it literally covers our diesel, our gas every month. Some months it doesn't. Some months it more than covers it. So that's literally all of the traveling expenses that you see, the tractor fuel, all this fun stuff that we do, and the helping out people. I've been trying to do a lot more of that here lately. I've had people keep calling me out on all these videos where like, hey, I'm helping a friend, I'm helping this person. That is literally, I hope I'm using the word right, pro bono, which means free. I hope. Okay, yeah. That's literally pro bono. I'm not doing that as, oh, they're paying me cash on the table, whatever. I'm giving a full day of time, fuel, everything else, and it's because y'all are literally help covering that. Appreciate that so much. I'm going to be doing another pro bono job this week, and we're going to continue to do that. We've been so blessed and helped out. We're going to continue to help others in any ways that we can. Goodness, y'all helped out so many of our local people through the last several hurricanes.
Oh, absolutely.
And we did as well. We wanted to match that because of y'all's generosity. Like, this has been an awesome thing. Not only y'all helped us live a crazy and amazing and beautiful lifestyle, but y'all have helped so many people around here. You wouldn't believe what some people do in private. Y'all see a lot of this stuff on here, but we have people that reach out to us in private and has done some amazing stuff for hurricane and tornado victims and stuff around here. Like, the country's full of good people. In the past, hopefully things are changing. We've all seen via social media, news, and everything else. If you watch enough of that stuff, you start thinking the world's full of a bunch of evil, mean, aggravating people. But in reality, it's the exact opposite. The majority of people are good, amazing, wonderful people. And we've got a ton of those here on the channel.
We have to encourage each other just to do the same thing and do, because sometimes we get complacent, we forget.
Absolutely.
But we all have to encourage each other to keep on, paying it forward and doing the right thing.
Y'all do that for each other. Y'all do that for us. I mean, my goodness, y'all. Look, Mr. Doug hasn't been on forever, but how many, it's almost every live stream people are asking about Mr. Doug. He used to be one who still is one of the most generous people we've ever had in our life. Mr. Doug just happens to work a schedule where he can't get on our live streams, but he's still commenting this, that, and the other. Y'all asked about him last week. He got on, he watched that live stream. It was several hours later, responding to people. Like, you'd be shocked at the impact that you make in people's lives. A lot of y'all are doing that for people without a doubt. Somehow we are through content, which is just amazing and humbling and everything else. So we try to bring that up often. We truly do appreciate y'all. We do. Absolutely. All right, let's go on down here. I'm getting all sappy on everybody. Oh, thanks, Crystal. She says, announcement, don't forget to miss the live stream next Sunday. We'll be having Andrew's birthday bash. He'll be over 40. Crystal, I got bad news for you. I'm technically over 40 now. I was 40 last year. So I was 40 in one day, and then now I'm 40 in a bunch of days. Yes, y'all, I turned 41 years old next week. I'm super excited.
It's the following Monday.
Right. So the live stream will be the day before.
Yep, we'll have this party. So, hey, whatever you want me to cook next Sunday, let me guess.
I really don't want to celebrate 41.
Chicken Parmesan.
Oh, I want chicken Parmesan. That sounds pretty good.
I guess that's what I'm doing on the live stream.
Thank you, Crystal, for bringing that up, because I've tried to forget my birthdays. Once you kind of get past about 30, I'm kind of over the birthdays, and then when you get in the 40s, you're like, oh, life is over.
Parm.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess
we'll splurge.
41 ain't nothing to celebrate. Like, I'm going downhill, y'all. You know how it is. Joints are hurting, back's getting thrown out, things ain't good. Oh, and I know I'm about to get a million comments from people older than 40 saying, shut up. So Kevin says, did we make any snow angels? We did not, because
I wanted to.
They would have been ice angels. It was frozen solid.
I wanted a tube so bad.
We did. So we've got one little hill here on the property, but it's protected by a bunch of trees, and it was one of the few areas that didn't get much ice or snow, so we would have been sliding on a patch of grass. I was like, oh, but if it had been as white as the yard was, I was going to get some of our firewood tote tops and flip over, and we could have slid down the hill for about 15 feet, but we were going to try it.
Hey, yeah, just to say we did.
Goodness. Miss Lee. Thank you so much. I'm finally getting down to your comment here.
So
She says,
generous.
happy birthday, Andrew, or happy early
Yes.
birthday. Oh, goodness. She gave $50 for turning 50 years old, is what I feel like. Miss Lee, that's extremely generous.
Thank you, Miss
You do
Lee.
too much. You really do too much. But thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. So is your pool table slate or bed? Oh, it's wood, buddy. Just it's junk. It's junk. I used to have a 9-foot, 3/4 inch slate table back in our last house, like above regulation size, 9-footer, the real nice one.
Yeah, it took up the whole room.
It did. It took up the whole living room. That was back in my like 20-year-old
played
days.
very, very often.
I
Back
did.
then.
I did. That was a super nice table, but it literally weighed about 1,000 pounds. It was insane. Absolutely insane. Mr. Gray, oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Mr. Gray.
So pro bono fund. I must have been saying it right. I think I've got my terminology right. Absolutely. Thank you so
Mr.
much. Hey, that'll cover some fuel toward another job we're going to do this week. We're going to continue to do these. Y'all, and it's because of y'all. Like I could have done stuff like this in the past, but you don't think about it until people start. We should all think about it, but you don't think about it until your life starts getting blessed and people start blessing you. And hopefully when those things happen in your life, you realize, you know what, I need to continue to pay it forward. People have been paying it forward to us and all. We've been trying to do a lot more of that here lately. And we don't try to clickbait those videos or make them into some stuff that really, really works on social media. Oh my goodness. It's not about that. I'm not trying to make money on those videos.
Not trying to be those.
Nope. We're just like, hey, we're doing another job here today. I'm literally trying to help somebody out. I just want to show the equipment and the stuff that we normally show. We don't try to clickbait none of that stuff and all. And it's because of y'all doing stuff like this that, hey, the diesel and the fuel and the day is going to get covered going over there and helping somebody out. So thank y'all so much for that. All right, let's go in there and catch a couple more comments. We've been yakking about an hour and we're going to wrap this thing up. Let's see what else we got here. Mr. Doug's such a nice man, says Crystal. I'm telling you, Mr. Doug's I tell him this all the time. He's made more of an impression than he ever realizes. Maybe he does realize it. I shouldn't speak for the man, but he watches these and I'm sure it puts a smile on his face. He has done so much to pay it forward. He's inspired so many people over the years. Like y'all, I know a lot of y'all are new to the channel. If y'all just seen us back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, when we was doing live streams on a cell phone with the worst internet possible, grainy video constantly dropping out, no house here, no nothing, sleeping in a camper over there in front of the building. It's kind of the good old days when you think about it.
Yeah.
Mr. Doug was one of the first people to consistently make live stream after live stream after live stream and kind of keep motivating us and keeping this thing going. And a lot of y'all have been around since then. That's why y'all remember him so much. So, but he's still around. He's still good. He still watches a ton of content, leaves a lot of comments.
Yeah, I think he watches everything because he comments on
I
everything.
just emailed him this morning. I got a couple days behind on emails, and there was another email from Mr. Doug, always checking on us, making sure we made it through Snowmageddon 2025. So, so Judy says, after 60, you're happy to tell everyone how old you are and celebrate everyone. I can totally understand what you mean. We should all appreciate every day that we've been blessed with, because some make it to later in life, some do not. That is the way the world works. So we should love and respect and appreciate every day that we're all given. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so how did the old tree hold up for the cold weather behind us? It's hanging in there. It looks rough. It's got a lot of dead limbs in it, y'all. Speaking of the Facebook video they posted, which was the old video many years ago, it showed that oak tree in it.
Oh, it looked beautiful.
It broke my heart.
I know.
So the old Facebook video that posted today, that tree it looked twice the size it is now. It was green and lush and just gigantic. I don't think y'all realize how much of this tree that we've lost over the years through tornadoes and hurricanes and everything. It's just been hacked away at. And that tree means so much to us, but it broke my heart when I seen that on that Facebook video this morning. I was like, oh my goodness, that tree looks huge. And now it's just stripped back there behind us. But
we pray it makes it from where it's been.
Even if it's ragged and beaten, torn, so goes life, right? We've all got those stories, and the tree's got its stories. I hope it can just continue to grow and get old with us, even if it doesn't look like it once did. So we'll see how it turns out.
We might need to go ahead and just start planting a few more around it.
Yeah, but we won't be old enough to see something get that big.
I know.
Oh, Adam, thank you so much, buddy. He says, I did love the old live streams. I kind of did. We used to stage stuff and do some funny stuff. And, we used to, It reminds you of the good old days. We was out there cooking on the Blackstone, freezing cold. We get back in front of the fire, and then the internet would cut out because it was just on phone. It was grainy. It was horrible. But I don't miss all the problems that we used to have with. Although we've been having problems here lately, haven't we? Yeah, Chris says Andrew doing the belly flops in the blow up pool. I forgot about that, Chris. Yep, we literally used to have a blow up pool behind us doing belly flops and that on some live streams.
Come a long way, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we have.
And your little mini dump trailer I made you.
Oh yeah. And then we did Halloween costumes one year, Blackstone costume, all that stuff. Yeah. I would say y'all go back and watch some of those, but don't. They're horrible. They are horrible, horrible audio, everything. Oh my goodness. That's just the way it goes right there. All right, y'all. Well, we've been yakking 1 hour officially. It's typically what we do. We're going to wrap this thing up. We made it an hour with no technical problems, no spinny circles, no cutting off. Audio didn't cut out. Yay, we officially made it, y'all. What you looking at?
Catch that one real quick.
Okay. I didn't see that one. So Mr. Rogers says, starting radiation treatment tomorrow on my head and neck. Kind of nervous, not sure what to expect, but I've heard some bad things. So expect any prayers. Absolutely, Roger. Mr. Roger. We will for sure keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Keep us posted.
I pray, truly pray that it works out well for you. My mother had a wonderful success story with stage 4 cancer. A lot of people have, and I know a lot of people haven't. So I understand the being scared there. There's always hope. There's always hope. So keep that in mind. And for any of y'all that are on here that believe in prayers and keeping Mr. Roger in your thoughts and prayers, please do that. We absolutely will. So y'all, thank y'all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We love and appreciate y'all. We will catch you again next weekend. We're going to have some different type of content this week. Literally different stuff at the property, stuff here, some cool stuff. We got some things going. We've got a little bit of problems we'll figure out this week. We may share with you as well. It is what it is. And don't forget, Thursday afternoon, we'll do our members only live stream. If you want to hang out with us, we'll move it to 7. That way, some of y'all that are in different time zones, maybe you can get home and catch it. We understand it's tough to make those. We don't usually have a big crowd on them. And then we'll do another live stream next Sunday. Good night. God bless.
Good night.
Y'all take care. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Have a great week.
Yep. See ya.